Good morning from the Rush Center. We are kicking off day 2 of the WIAA Girls Basketball State Tournament with the D5 State Semifinals that features Argyle, Pecatonica, and Albany, Monticello. Grab your coffee and join us for an early one. I'm Carly Murata alongside Michelle Griffin-Wenzel. Michelle, this is a fun one because they're both representing the same conference.
Yeah, these two teams so evenly matched. They know each other very well. The coaches have a tremendous amount of respect for each other. This is going to be a great game.
All right, let's get to the Menards points of the game. The points of the game are brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. We start with top-seeded Argyle, Pecatonica, Kylie Butler, and Brooke Wellness leading the way for them.
Yeah, these two players, tremendous athletes. Kylie Butler, one of the best in Division 5. Brooke Wellness is actually the sister of the coach. We'll talk more about her in the broadcast.
And let's look at the Comets. They have an even distribution of scoring for their team.
Yeah, for Albany Monticello, it's about togetherness, and they are so well balanced. All 5 players on the floor can score and rebound at all times.
What does this come down to today?
I think it comes down to the length of the court, that extra 10 feet. Is that going to make a big difference in the Comets' defense as they love to press?
All right, the D5 State semifinals are coming up shortly. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. And we are getting set for the Division 5 state semifinal game between Argyle, Pecatonica, and Albany, Monticello. Let's meet our teams. For that, we send it over to PA announcer Brian Kuklinski.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Rush Center for this WIAA Division 5 semifinal game between the Argyle Pecatonica Orioles and the Albany Monticello Comets. Let's meet the Orioles of Argyle Pecatonica. Number 4, Leah Dasher. Number 5, Maddie Hirsch. Number 11, Miriam Cassin. Number 24, Brianna Peterson. Number 25, Aaliyah Harris. And number 34, Alexis Rosensteel. Now let's meet the Comets of Albany Monticello. Number 1, Sadie Wilkins. Number 4, Maya Johnson. Number 14, Emma Gross. Number 15, Rachel Wilt. Number 23, Kiera Cleesby. Number 25, Emerson Briggs. Number 30, Anna Ellinger. Number 34, Regan Schmidt. And number 42, Carly Wilkins. Now let's meet the starting lineup for the Argyle Pecatonica Orioles. At guard, a 5'7" sophomore, number 1, Kylie Butler. At guard, a 5'6" freshman, number 2, Avery Steiner. At guard, a 5'8" senior, number 3, Anna Tisch. At guard, a 5'6" sophomore, number 10, Loretta Tisch. And at forward, a 5'10" freshman, number 21, Brooke Wellness. The head coach of the Orioles is Jen Wellness-Krogman. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the Comets of Albany Monticello. At forward, a 5'8" junior, number 10, Delana Trumpy. At guard, a 5'6" junior, number 12, Abby Hollis. At guard, a 5'8" senior, number 21, Alana Durkee. At forward, a 5'8" senior, number 22, Avery Briggs. And at guard, a 5'4" sophomore, number 24, Molly Olson. The head coach of the Comets is Derek Dasher. The referees assigned to today's game by the WIAA are Ben Graber, Tim Chemnitz, and Barney Hall.
Here are your starting lineups brought to you by Construction Business Group and Destinations Career Academy, preparing students for a rewarding career as a Wisconsin operating engineer. For Argyle, Pecatonica, Butler, Steiner, Tisch, and Wellness. And for Albany, Monticello, Trumpy, Hollis, Durchie, Briggs, and Olsen. Alana, Durchie, and Kylie Butler are the co-players of the year in the Six Rivers East Conference. It's a conference battle here for a spot in the state championship on the line. And the Orioles control the tip. Kylie Butler leading the way for Argyle Pecatonica. And she pulls from deep. Hollis comes away with the rebound.
Good looking shot from the three. She just put a little bit too much on it. That might be a little bit of the nerves coming in and getting settled in here on the big court.
A good look, just off the mark for Molly Olsen, but she gets her own offensive board, and the Comets set it up again.
As a coach, I always told my players, follow your shot. Go get that rebound, unless I need you back on defense, and that's exactly what Molly did. Nobody boxed out the shooter.
A nice move baseline from Avery Briggs.
Yeah, Briggs just split the defense, stepped into the paint, nice little kiss off the glass.
Butler brings it up for the Orioles. Drives baseline and kicks it out. A three on the way, off the mark for Anna Tisch. So here come the Comets.
Not a good place to stop right there if you're Abby Hollis.
Durchie out to Molly Olsen. Wide open look is good.
Molly Olsen, state cross-country runner, tremendous athlete. She will take that shot. Somebody's got to get in her face and contest it.
Orioles looking for the answer.
The Orioles a little stagnant right now in their offense. They're just kind of standing around, not getting a lot of motion. They're going to reset here with Butler on the top.
First team and co-player of the year with Alana Durchie. Butler takes it in. Looking for something. She has Tisch for three off the back iron.
And Carly, you'll notice how that defense from the Comets just collapsed on Butler as she was driving that paint. So she's got to be aware where her teammates are. And the shooters for the Orioles need to get into their spots. And here's that stingy full court press from the Orioles.
Hollis, a nice pass fake and just overlays it. Kylie Butler has it.
Again, a very slow offense here from the Orioles.
Inside is Steiner.
Still coming up short.
Molly Olsen sets it up for Albany Monticello. Takes it inside, floats it up. And a nice rebound from Brooke Wellnitz.
Yeah, Wellnitz, 5'10" freshman. Really is having a great start to her high school career and a strong rebound there.
Thought about the shot. Tisch is going to take it inside. Off the glass, no good. Rebounded by her sister, Loretta Tisch, and she draws the foul.
Yeah, Loretta Tisch is the high-energy, really funny wild child out of the two. Anna a little bit more serious, and you may not see that on the floor. But that's a great opportunity for the Orioles to get to the free throw line.
All right, the Comets have an early 5-0 lead. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. The Comets with a 5-0 lead here in the D5 state semifinal game. Now for a little trivia, Michelle. Here's your Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin trivia question. Which two coaches have won both the boys and girls state championship? Here are your four possible answers as Anna Tisch gets the bucket for the Orioles. We'll let you think on it.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Well, I have to think if Myers coached boys and girls at Pettigrew, coached boys and girls. Nice looking shot from the outside by Avery Briggs.
Butler on the move. She takes it in. Gets it back out to Tish, who's going to reset the offense.
The Orioles need a basket here. Nice cut
dish
to the basket, you bet. Good save out of bounds as well from the Orioles. Yeah, the interior pass was taken away, tipped away, I should say, and Wellnitz able to gather it and keep it from being a turnover. And that's a huge free throw right there. I mean, that gets Argyle Pecatonica on the board. It gets them settled in a little bit more.
Anna Tish at the line. She's a senior guard. She's played and started all the games this season. Knocks them both out. And here comes the Orioles press. Alana Durkee takes it over the timeline. Guarded by Loretta Tish. Butler switches on her. Durkee pass goes out of bounds, but it's going to stay with the Comets.
Right idea by Durkee to pass that into the lane, but that pass has to be a little bit higher, a little bit less muscle on it.
Oh, off her back. Tried to go up for it and draws the foul. She's headed to the line. Look at that big smile on her face.
Yeah, what a smart play. The defense has the back to you. She just throws it right off of Brooke Wellnitz.
Smart move from Abby Hollis, the junior guard out of Albany, Monticello. She's a first-team all-conference as a sophomore and a junior. She's a shooter. She shoots 42% from three.
A nice heads-up play.
And the best free throw shooter on the team as well. As you can see, that smooth stroke from the line. The Comets have a 3-point lead here.
Little high-low action there, taking it from the elbow. What a great shot. Brooke Wellnitz.
Great look from the freshman. As we mentioned, she's the sister to head coach Jen Wellnitz-Krogman, and she gets the steal but then throws it away herself. Comets on the move. Durkee corrals it and gives it up to Olsen. She has a good look at it, dumps it down, and the layup is no good from Anna Ellinger. On the move is Steiner, and she traveled with it.
Excellent defense by Elena Durkee, one-on-one. She never reached into the space of the Orioles player and just kept that spacing and caused the travel. That full court press, that's one thing that Coach Wellnitz-Krogman takes great pride in it, and that's how she played at UW Green Bay. Defense gets it done. Defense turns into offense is her mantra.
She said, we don't just run one full court press, we have 4 different versions, so it's hard to prepare for this press.
And how do you beat a press? Through passing, just like Albany did there.
A nice move inside from Delana Trumpy, but she's called for the charge, and the Orioles take over.
That great baseline move, but look at how stable the Orioles are on defense. Taking that contact and not flopping. That's what I love to see. No flop there, hard charge.
And that's Trumpy's second foul as well already for the Comets.
Kylie Butler, only one shot so far in this game. She averages just under 24 points a contest. You want to see her get involved more at the deep three.
Right on time, Michelle, but rebounded by Hollis.
I'd love to see Kylie Butler drive that paint, get the defense to collapse and kick it out. Great drive.
Butler takes it in the paint, dumps it down to Loretta Tisch for two.
You know, Kylie Butler is so incredibly strong. You saw that there. She was able to control the basketball through traffic and push that pass to the weak side.
She leads the team with assists, 103 on the season coming into this game.
Look at the fight there from Anna Tisch. I mean, getting on the ground, grabbing that basketball. I always told my players, who wants it more? You gotta value the basketball, and if you want it more, you're going after it.
Great matchup here between Durkee and Tisch.
Durkee scoreless as well. The top scorers for both teams have no points right now.
Morales' pass is stolen away. Here's Steiner taking it herself and gives it up. Jump ball here. Great defense by the Comets on that. And let's go to a timeout. A message now from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. And we have the answer to the trivia question, which two coaches have won both the boys and girls state championship. The answer here is Jim Myers and Tom Weinkauf.
All right, I got Jim Myers. I was talking about that. I knew he won girls at Barneveld. I couldn't remember if he won the boys, and I was not familiar with Tom Weinkauf, so got to get caught up in my history of basketball.
A lot of these coaches have coached both programs. Derek Dasher for Albany Monticello. He spent 12 years with the boys, took a year off, and now is in his 7th season with Albany Monticello.
Nice job passing through that trap. Again, taking care of the basketball seems to be an issue for both teams right now. Both teams playing very scrappy defense, getting into those passing lanes.
Loretta Tisch gives it up to Kylie Butler. In the side is Anna Tisch. Great defense by the Comets. She's going to have to kick it back out. Loretta going through 3 defenders, and she's called for the steps.
Again, Albany Monticello doing a great job collapsing on any Oriole player that drives that paint. And these decisions on offense by the Orioles have to come sooner, and they've got to keep moving without that basketball. The Albany players cannot retreat on this press. You got to try to get that ball to the middle of the floor in your press break and get it down the sidelines then, once you're able to clear it. Very good. Nice job. Just don't go to that corner. But Durkee was able to stay in that middle.
Olsen for 3. Here comes Brooke Wellnitz. Kylie Butler. Oh, too many steps for Kylie Butler. Uncharacteristic mistakes right now for the Orioles.
Yeah, she did a step through and then took another step. I mean, it wasn't a jump stop and a step through. I mean, that was a good call by the officials. Kind of emulating a little bit of Giannis there with her Euro steps.
And Kylie Butler picks up the foul. Her first personal. As you mentioned, Butler and Durkee still looking for their first points on the day. It's definitely been a scrappy defensive battle so far in this one.
And that's exactly what we figured it would be. A little low scoring, maybe in the 40s.
Briggs,
yes.
Her shot is blocked by Wellnitz. It's going to stay with the Comets.
You know, Brooke Wellnitz is the sister to head coach Jen, and one thing I love that Jen said about her sister is, she's the kid I can yell at because her parents can't complain to me. I'm like, that is probably the best line of all the coaches' interviews that we did earlier this week.
Oh, what a strip from Avery Briggs. Back the other way, 3-pointer away for the Comets. Off the mark for Carly Wilkins.
And there's Wellnitz again, boxing out, getting that rebound. Take a look at this hustle play here. Coming in from nowhere, Avery Briggs able to secure that basketball and not commit a foul.
The Comets also bringing a little bit of pressure, full court.
And Molly Olson doing a great job defensively on Kylie Butler. We knew that would be a good matchup to watch.
Both of these teams, their first season as co-ops, and they make it to the state tournament. How impressive is that?
Well, you got to give a lot of credit to both schools, their administration, their coaches, but the girls. You know, the girls, they want to play basketball, and they knew that they couldn't do it without the other school. And I think it's absolutely critical that they form these co-ops so these girls get an opportunity to play.
The Comets working the ball well. It's Anna Ellinger for two.
And Anna was a huge key to their success for Albany's run to the state tournament last year. And she's always the first one off the bench, and she can really play any position for Coach Dasher.
Nice idea there on the backdoor cut, but Hollis, a little smarter, comes away with the steal. Here's Durchie still looking for her first points. Kicks it out to Hollis for three, her specialty, just short. Briggs rebounds, and the Comets get another chance at it. Briggs is going to try the three. Another offensive board.
Wow. The Comets are really crashing the boards on offense, and that's something that Coach Wellnitz Krogman has to be really frustrated with. I mean, her team needs to find players and box out. Don't worry about getting back down to the other end of the floor to play offense. You got to secure the ball first.
These teams are combined 1 of 11 from 3 so far today.
Nice cut by number 30. She just wasn't able to communicate to get that basketball.
Molly Olson has Butler on her, takes it inside. Ellinger almost loses it. Hollis tries another three. This time she's got it.
Again, driving the paint, kicking that ball out and having confidence in your shot. Abby Hollis, the junior, she can shoot it from deep.
Volume shooter. She takes about 8 to 12 threes per game. And an offensive board for the Orioles. And Anna Tisch heads to the line.
Well, that offensive set from the Orioles, a lot faster. They weren't working it around the perimeter. They got it inside. And Tisch getting in there for a strong rebound and putting it up right away. No hesitation out of Anna.
Watch what she does in the press. Coach Wellnitz Krogman saying she does a lot for them in that defensive press, and she's very valuable.
And she's one of those players that can really turn it on when her team needs it. And she came into the sectional final and had 16 points for the Orioles.
Olsen. Stolen by Tisch, back with the Comets. Here's Olsen.
Again, scrappy defense. That shot blocked by Anna Tisch.
Great defensive possession there for the Orioles. Now looking to make something of it. Brooke Wellnitz gives it up to Steiner.
Argyle Pecatonica spreading the floor right now. Very laborious in their offense.
Tisch with a big three. That's Loretta Tisch, the sophomore.
And that's a lot of confidence there. Tisch, a really annoying defender. She's kind of all over the floor. Offensively, averaging 8 points a game. But she can drain it. She can also get it to the hoop.
This is one of the only times you like being called annoying, right? As a defender?
100%.
Yeah.
Nice scoop move around that basket, Anna Ellinger. Oh, yeah, and those words coming from her coach, of course, not me.
But it's a good thing.
It is. Oh, absolutely. Pesky, annoying.
Kylie Butler draws 4 defenders, kicks it out to Tish. Rebounded by Loretta Tish. Another possession here for the Orioles. Great move from Loretta Tish, and the Orioles get another chance at it. Tish again, a floater for Anna Tish. She scores.
Well, and the Orioles are giving the Comets a little taste of their own medicine by getting those offensive rebounds. We knew that Argyle Pecatonica was going to wake up on offense.
Ellinger takes it in, and that's a blocking call on Avery Steiner.
Yeah, the official right there. And Steiner, the 5'6" freshman, feet were not set. Excellent call by the official on there.
And Anna Ellinger at the line. Rebounded by Brooke Wellness.
Yeah, Anna Ellinger coming off the bench for the Comets with 6 points. She's a key contributor thus far in this semifinal match.
The Orioles with a 1-point lead, just 5 minutes to go in the first half. Butler, deep three-pointer, no good. Great half so far. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. A back-and-forth game here in the Division 5 state semifinals. Argyle Pecatonica has a 1-point lead. Both teams didn't start so hot shooting, but have gotten better throughout the first half, as you can see here.
Well, and they started to settle in. The nerves kind of started to go away. They got their defensive set. And once they just started figuring it out, it actually became an exciting game.
Yeah, it's been really exciting. The 2024 WIAA Basketball Championships are brought to you by Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin, reminding you to look for the Proudly Wisconsin badge to know you're getting the best quality and supporting local dairy farms. Durchie on the floor. Oh, what a move from Delana Trumpy.
Coach Dasher says that Delana is the best athlete on our team. She's one of 4 Monticello players, along with Molly Olson and Sadie and Carly Wilkins. She was second team all-conference this season and is a tremendous volleyball and softball player. She misses the first one there, and so nice that her teammates go over and just say, hey, you got this. You get a little confidence in number 10.
And gets the second one. So we have a tie game at 17. These two teams are both from the Six Rivers East Conference, a familiar matchup. Argyle has won both matchups against Albany this season. Butler inside for 2. What a great cut from Butler.
Well, and at any time that young lady can take this game over. She's incredibly athletic, very humble and quiet, but confident in what she does.
I asked Coach Wellness Krogman, is it hard to beat a team 3 times? You know, the classic question. And she said, well, it's also hard to beat a great team once. I like that quote.
I do too. And I like this assist a lot. The patience here from Anna Tish, just waiting for somebody to cut to the basket. And it's that strength and speed from Kylie Butler that finishes off the shot. But if you're Coach Derek Dasher of the Comets, you are really impressed with how your defense has shut Butler down thus far and holding her only to 4 points as she's averaging 24 a contest.
Molly Olson has Butler on her. Durchie looking to get going too for Albany Monticello. She is scoreless so far in this one.
You know, and that's one thing we mentioned in the open is it's about togetherness for the Comets, and it's just not the Durchie show. I mean, there are 5 players on the floor right now that can score.
4 of them average in double figures for the Comets.
And their leading scorer is right there with the basketball, Anna Ellinger.
A nice jumper from Durkee. She's on the board.
You know, and for Durkee, it's not about scoring all the time either. It's about doing those other things well. The assists, the rebounds, the steals. She's the complete player, that's for sure. And the defense here just needs to be sharp on their toes. They're kind of getting lulled a little bit. They let that shot go.
Now wide open look for Tish. Comets got lucky there.
Albany's got to get that ball towards the middle of the floor, not on that sideline, because that sideline, you got 3 defenders there. 2 come over to trap, and you got that sideline.
Ellinger inside on Wellnitz. Great defense from Wellnitz.
It was a good cut. Ellinger has to ball fake and then go up strong.
Kylie Butler gives it up to Wellnitz. She takes it in on Durkee. Back to Butler for the triple. And rebounded by Ellinger.
Nice box out by the junior.
Durkee almost loses it and does lose it. Wellnitz looking to capitalize. Oh, Molly Olsen comes away with the steal. These teams are playing hard out here today. We have a tie game at 19. Alana Durkee with her first points of the game here on this baseline jumper. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Tie game at 19. A spot in the state championship game is on the line for these 2 teams. And check out these numbers. Assists and field goals made pretty even on both sides.
Yeah, both teams spreading the rock, making sure that everybody gets involved in the offense.
And don't forget to stick around for the Jones Dairy Farm halftime report coming up at the end of the half. We're just over a minute away from halftime. A big minute for both of these teams to gain some momentum before the break.
And this stingy defense here again. Unfortunately, not able to get the turnover and secure the basket was Wellnitz, and that'll give a reset here for the Comets.
Hollis looking to make something happen. Get a good look at it. Gives it up to Molly Olsen. Now Durkee in the corner. Olsen gets inside the paint.
Good job by the Comets to spread the wealth here, get the ball around. Excellent rebound.
Hollis a second chance. Just off the mark both times for Abby Hollis. 2 good looks for the Comets there.
And the Orioles are going to hold this basketball and go for the last shot for sure. The Comets need to be on their toes as they were there. Getting into that passing lane, Molly Olsen. Coach Dasher said she's going to chase Kylie Butler around, and guess what? There she was.
She has a motor that does not stop, and we've certainly seen that so far in this first half.
Well, and that comes from her cross-country abilities. I mean, she can run this floor all day and probably outrun anybody in this building.
She doesn't look the least bit tired. Here come the Comets. Hollis, jumper, short. And 5 seconds left before the break. Tish loses it. Hollis picks it up. And that's about the story of the first half. Just a scrappy game. Both teams playing hard. We're all tied at 19 here at the end of the first half. How do you explain this first half?
Well, you mentioned that defense intensity and getting hands in the passing lanes has really caused a lot of turnovers, a lot of steals, a lot of held balls.
And Keegan Hewitt is standing by with Argyle Pecatonica head coach Jen Wellnitz-Krogman.
Thanks, Carly. Coach, a great defensive performance there. That pressure turned into some points for you in the front end. What did you like from your girls on that side of the floor?
Yeah, I mean, the press is getting some steals, And, we're turning it into points, but we're not getting enough steals. We average about 20 a game, and it's just, right now, we got to step it up one more step because Albany's playing really good basketball.
18 minutes to go. What's it going to take to get those 18 better and come out with a W?
We got to get Kylie Butler and Brooke Walnut some baskets. So we got to draw some stuff that's going to make that happen because right now, they're doing a nice job on them.
Awesome. Best of luck second half, Coach. Carly, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Keegan. And Michelle, you can hear from her voice, right? This is an intense game out here. All right, stick around for our Jones Dairy halftime report. Here we are. All right, now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. All right, so we just heard from Argyle head coach Jen Wellnitz-Krogman. She said not getting enough steals get Brooke and Kylie going. They only have 6 combined points. What do you need to see?
Well, really, they need to get their offense going. They've got to move that basketball around the perimeter. They're really slow. I would also like to see them to set some screens to get Brooke and Kylie open. They've got to get some looks.
All right, let's check out those first half highlights. We have a tie game at 19. It's been a back and forth matchup as Molly Olson knocks down the three-pointer.
And what you're going to see from Albany Monticello is that passing, and that pass right there from Butler to Tish was great. But the spreading the wealth, the getting down the floor by the Comets, that's really what's keeping them in this game. And they're forcing Argyle Pecatonica to get some turnovers as well.
Yeah, Anna Ellinger, she's having a great game, really stepping up for Albany Monticello. She has 6 points so far in the first half. On the other side, Anna Tish, she is leading the way with 8 points for Argyle Pecatonica. So maybe 2 players that you wouldn't expect to be leading the way for both teams, but it's been a scrappy battle, and that's what you get sometimes. Let's look at these first half stats and what stands out to you.
Really, everything's pretty even. I mean, free throws, they're both shooting 5 and 4 free throws. It's the field goals for Argyle Pecatonica, 35%. I wouldn't have expected that with them coming out so slow. Steals and assists have been the same. A big difference, though, has to be the bench play. You mentioned Anna Ellinger coming off that bench with 6 points.
And those teams are both going to want to see a couple of 3 balls go in. Let's check out the leading scorers. Anna Dish with 8 points for Argyle Pecatonica. And on the other side, it's Anna Ellinger with 6 points for Albany Monticello. All right, we have a tie game at 19. We're looking forward to an exciting second half. For now, a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Welcome back as we get set for the second half action between the Orioles and the Comets. Keegan Hewitt just caught up with Comets head coach Derek Dasher.
19 at the half. What was the message for the girls there in the locker room?
Well, we got to do a better job against their press. We've got 10 turnovers. Obviously, we're very familiar with each other, but we felt like we're working way too hard to break their press. So we got to find ways to be able to break the press without working so hard.
Awesome, Coach. Best of luck in the second half. Thanks for your time. We'll send it back to you guys on the sideline.
All right, thanks so much, Keegan. Both coaches talking about the press as being something that they want to work on in the second half. For Argyle Pecatonica, it's getting more steals out of the press. And for Albany, it's not turning the ball over so much out of the press. So it's going to be interesting to see how both teams handle it in the second half.
Well, I think the difference really comes down to the rebounding, getting those offensive and defensive reboundings, but also we have to mention that Delaney Trumpy and Avery Briggs sat out a lot of that first half with 2 fouls. They'll be back on the floor for the Comets, and we'll see how those 2 make a difference.
Both of these teams making their first state tournament appearances as co-ops this season. For Albany, they were here as just Albany last year. They lost in the semifinals, and Coach Dasher saying it was a humbling experience. We played a great team in McDonald Central. We were prepared. We were just outmatched and wanted to come in better prepared this time around. The biggest adjustment, actually, he said, is just having some more downtime for the kids. A nice bucket there from Avery Steiner to open up the second half scoring for Argyle Pecatonica.
Yeah, if nobody's stopping you, you might as well keep going right to the hoop.
Hollis over to Olsen. She takes it in on Butler. Hollis thought about the three. She's really good at looking up at the hoop and then driving. Briggs, three-pointer, no good, but rebounded by Alana Durkee.
And that's one thing that's not missing in this game is hustle. Both teams scrappy and hustling and getting after that basketball.
There's no doubt you can tell both teams want this. Olsen on the floor. Speaking of hustle, Molly Olsen is the definition of that. An early timeout in this one. What do you think Derek Dasher is saying to his team right now?
Well, they got to figure things out on offense. They're coming out a little bit slow. They let number 2, Adri Steiner, drive uncontested to the hoop. And he's just trying to fire him up right now. You know, obviously he's been with this team this year, and he knows how to get their buttons going and get them motivated. But you also have Delana Trumpy and Avery Briggs on the floor. They sat out for a lot of that first half with 2 fouls. And I would expect to see Anna Ellinger coming off the bench pretty soon. Number 30 was a key piece to that first half for the Comets.
Yeah, she had 6 points in the first half off the bench. Albany Monticello as they look to break. And that's Alana Durkee headed to the line.
A nice inbound play. Pick the picker, just wait for the defense to clear out and drop down to that strong side block.
Durkee has started every game this season. Coach Dasher saying she's the greatest leader I have ever coached. She's stoic, humble, not going to be the vocal leader. She's a little bit more quiet, but she does it through her work. They call her Miss Fundamental, Alana Durkee.
And she's the all-around package WBCA Legacy Award winner based on character, leadership, community outreach. I mean, that's a young lady that you know is going to have huge success in life no matter what she does. And that was a successful pass in that curl for Kylie Butler.
What a play from the Orioles there.
And that allows them to get into this stingy press. Durkee does a nice job finding the open player.
Oh, what a great hustle play from Butler to get back, but the Comets get another chance at it. That is Delana Trumpy for 2 who converts for the Comets. Butler had a great block.
And they're going into a 2-3 zone here. Coach Dasher was like, I've seen enough of this on defense. Their man just not working very well.
Wellness is 3 off the mark.
Excellent ball rotation, and this is what I talked about during halftime, is that the Orioles have to move that ball on offense, and they did, and they finally got that bucket for Butler.
Durkee taking it herself against the press, jumps it out to Trumpy, and she travels with it.
Yeah, that ball was very low to the ground, and Durkee's got to keep going until she gets stopped, and then make that pass right before she gets stopped.
Tied up at 23. Both these teams averaging around 66, 67 points per game. Low-scoring game here in the D5 state semifinals. But when they play each other, it does tend to be a little bit lower scoring, and you can see why.
Well, now the Orioles have to figure out that 2-3 zone that the Comets are putting on them. And here comes that press again from Argyle Pecatonica.
Durkee.
And that's that leadership, just slowing things down, taking charge.
Gets inside and loses out of bounds, stays with the Comets.
Great hands from Anna Tisch, knocking that ball out of Durkee's hands.
Hollis over to Briggs. And she is fouled by Kylie Butler. That's Butler's second personal foul.
Couple different looks on out-of-bounds plays for the Comets. This one they go 4 low, and that turns into a turnover.
Loretta Tisch on the move. Takes it herself off the window, no good. And rebounded by Trumpy. Baskets are hard to come by in this one. Both teams started off slow in the first half as well. Olsen. Durchie.
Yeah, she thought about that shot.
Back up to Hollis, way out. That was Caitlin Clark.
I was just thinking the same thing. That was Caitlin Clark-esque. That's for sure.
Looked like a good shot, though.
Well, and the fact that coach is okay with that. I mean, she's a deep three shooter.
The Orioles want to see Kylie Butler and Brooke Wellnitz get going, but Loretta Tisch is the one to take the shot off the mark.
And again, Albany is slowing things down, trying to get up the floor. You got to attack when you've got 3-on-2. You have to attack that.
Olsen went in for her own rebound, and the Orioles come up with it. Still even at 23 apiece here in the second half. Butler looks inside to Tisch. Takes it in on Briggs. Overlays it. Durchie with another board.
Yeah, and Albany just doesn't want to push tempo, and I don't understand that. Why are you letting the Orioles get their press set up against you? Get up the floor. You got speed on your team, especially with Molly Olsen.
Hollis takes the screen. Dumps it off to Trumpy, and she's fouled.
And that'll be number 3 on Kylie Butler. And that could be a difference maker with 13 minutes to go.
We're not in at 23. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Welcome back, and the winning mascots of the state tournament, right? This is awesome.
I love these mascots. The Monticello Pony, the Albany Comets, getting it done, doing the YFCA. I mean, this is one of the best parts about the tournament. And then we've got the Oreo for Argyle, Pecatonica. I mean, the students that are in those costumes, it is hot, it is sweaty, but they are so much fun to watch, and I'm so glad that they brought them to state.
The 2024 WIAA Basketball Championships are brought to you by Delta Dental of Wisconsin, helping protect the oral and vision health of Wisconsinites through dental and vision benefits and our unwavering commitment to communities. Learn more at deltadentalwi.com.
Again, Albany staying in that 2-3 press.
And they get a steal out of it. Here comes Ellinger, dumps it off to Olsen. She gets it to go.
And I was wondering when Coach Dasher was going to put Ellinger into the game. I like her play. I like what she does. And she just kind of turns things around for this team right now. The Orioles cannot be stagnant against the zone. They need to drive the seams. They need to get somebody in that middle. They got to feed that ball into Kylie Butler in the middle and let your wings collapse.
3 on the way from Loretta Tisch. Rims out. Anna Tisch with the rebound and putback.
Very strong for Anna Tisch. She keeps it away from the defender. She's up to 10 points.
Here comes Briggs. Stops her dribble. Gives it up to Hollis. Hollis, good job finding the space. Takes it all the way. Durchie tries to clean up, but the Orioles come away with the board. Steiner the other way.
Now these rims are not friendly at all.
Kylie Butler, nice jump stop and pop in and out.
Strong rebound from Wellnitz, just taking that right away from Durchie.
Anna Tisch's shot in and out. Man,
they're taking good shots. They're just not finishing. There you go.
Both
You got a 2-on-1.
Ellinger inside, blocking call called on Steiner.
Avery Briggs has to continue driving that basketball to the hoop. She had a 2-on-1. Once that defender commits, then you give that bounce pass to the opposite side.
Coach Wellnitz Krogman wanted to see a travel call on that. Ellinger wide open. Wellness. Thought she got all ball, but she's called for the foul.
A great weak side cut from Ellinger. Again, she's got to know where that defense is. You got to either take it up strong. I don't know, that looked close. I don't have the angle the officials did, and they called the foul, and that's what we'll go with.
Derek Dasher saying Ellinger is a big key in our success in the tournament run. She's obviously the 6th player, the first one off the bench, one of the tallest on the team. She can play any position. So far today, she has 6 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. So a nice showing from the 6th man. Break in the action here. Ellinger is going to have to.
It looks like
she's
got a little blood. The athletic trainer is going to give her a little Band-Aid, clean her up. Good call from the official.
So we're knotted at 25. What do you feel like it's going to take for one of these teams to break away in this? Or is it just going to come down to that last second shot?
I think it's going to come down. I think they're so evenly matched. I mean, similar steals, similar turnovers. I mean, I have not seen 2 teams that know each other so well, play so identical.
Kylie Butler.
And that's what I was talking about. You've got to use her in the middle of that zone. Make the defense collapse, and if they don't collapse, you got to make that open shot.
Ooh, that's going to be. Butler picks up the foul. I believe that's her 3rd personal foul.
Yes, it is.
Argyle Pecatonica has a 2-point lead. We'll be back after this timeout, and now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. The fans are having a blast here at the Division 5 state semifinal game. Argyle Pecatonica with a 2-point lead in the second half. It's time to jump around here, right, at the Rush Center.
Well, and huge crowd. I mean, both of these co-ops are 4 small towns, lots of people here. They're packing the Rush Center.
That's Delana Trumpy with the lay-in to tie it up at 27.
Defensive breakdown again by the Orioles.
We've had 7 tie scores and 5 lead changes in this one. It's really just been a back and forth battle, like we said, between 2 teams that know each other so well. 2 Six River East foes. Argyle won both matchups this season in the regular season. Briggs kicks it out to Olsen. Drives baseline, back out to Briggs for the triple. And rebounded by Wellness. They're staying in that zone.
It's been effective.
It has. Butler. Steiner looking for Wellness out inside and deflected, but stays with the Orioles.
But the zone offense has to have some movement in it.
Steiner's a 34% three-point shooter. I did think she had an open look there, but trying to get Wellness going inside. And a foul underneath the basket.
Well, they got the ball into Wellness. She just didn't put anything behind her shot. Thankfully, Kylie Butler was there to clean up the rebound. And in this zone defense, the Comets really need to make sure they're getting rebounds as well. They totally missed the box out for Anna Tisch.
Interesting mark there. Argyle Pecatonica has 16 fouls and Albany Monticello has 1. A great game. We're still tied, 27 apiece. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Oh no.
He's not going to put the foul stuff up.
Still say it. Welcome back, tied up at 27. This game has pretty much been tied the entire time. We have under 10 minutes to play, a spot in the state championship on the line. Orioles inbounding from underneath the basket. Loretta Tisch back up to Kylie Butler in the corner. Wellness cuts inside, look down low, it's stolen by Abby Hollis. Up the sideline she goes, she's taking it all the way in and draws the contact. She's headed to the line. Loretta Tisch picks up the foul.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. When nobody is stopping you on defense, you just keep going. And Tisch was not set with her feet, and that's exactly what the officials are looking at. They're looking at feet, they're looking at position of the body, and they're looking at where those hands are.
In Argyle, Pecatonica, they have 3 players with 3 personal fouls. Butler, Loretta Tisch, and Wellnitz all have 3 personal fouls. For Albany, Monticello, it's Delana Trumpy who has 3 fouls.
Well, and Hollis shooting 87% from the free throw line. She is money on those 2. And Coach Wellnitz Krogman has to go to her bench and brings off Maddie Hirsch, the 5'7" senior, to give Loretta Tisch a break. And now Albany's going into that man.
Steiner. Butler. Tisch takes it inside. Goes up against 2 defenders. Rebounded by Hollis.
Now, if I'm Albany Monticello, I gotta know to take that drive into the paint, try to get Kylie Butler to commit her 4th foul, or potentially Wellnitz. They've gotta know where those 2 are and take it at them. But instead, they'll put up a 3, and here we go on the other end with the Orioles.
The Comets with a 2-point lead. 3 on the way from her. That was Anna Tisch for 3.
Coffin, corner 3. Anna Tisch leading all scorers with 13.
Confident from Anna Tisch as Argyle takes a 1-point lead, 30-29 in the second half. And here's a look at the 3-point field goal numbers. Both teams not shooting well at all from deep. 2 of 15 for the Orioles and 2 of 13 for the Comets. Briggs, no good inside.
Nice baseline drive, and Coach Dasher thinks there may have been a foul there, but the officials are letting it go.
Steiner, a nice pass inside to Butler, and she's headed to the line. That was a great look. Anna Tisch having a great game.
Yeah, ball rotation. They go inside out here. They give it back to Tisch as she steps into the shot.
And she knew she was going to shoot that.
And shoot it with confidence. That's the thing. You got to make up your mind and kind of know what's going on before you get that basketball.
Kylie Butler, a 1,000-point scorer as just a junior. She's a quiet, humble player. She's goofy, though, and confident at the same time. She's a player that leads by example for the Orioles. Here comes Molly Olsen. Briggs looking for Delana Trumpy.
And again, Albany Monticello has the numbers.
And that's a big foul. That's Brooke Wellnitz's 4th foul. She's a key player for Argyle Monticello.
That was just under 7.5 to go.
Sometimes you have to say both names so much that you start mixing them up a little bit, right?
AP and AM. Well, and that puts Hollis on the line, and she's been draining her free throws. See, Albany Monticello, when they break that press, they'll get a 3-on-2. They need to execute and finish to get those points. And if they could do that, they could start running away with it.
Hollis is perfect at the line. 6 of 6 today. The 2024 WIAA Basketball Championships are brought to you by the Jones family, making breakfast, sausage, bacon, ham, and more right here in Wisconsin since 1889. Visit JonesDairyFarm.com.
And Wellnitz is going to stay on the floor with 4 fouls. Only 2 points for the freshman. And actually, she does get a break. I think that's a great coaching move. Get her a little bit of a rest here.
Here's Molly Olsen.
Albany Monticello just needs to be really strong with the basketball. As Coach Dasher said in his interview with us, they got to value the rock.
Butler looks ahead. Teammates are behind her. And gives it up. Trumpy the other way, takes it in on Butler, blocked shot.
What a great defensive play by Kylie Butler.
Everyone's on the floor. And we have a timeout on the floor.
I mean, a sideways bounce pass, real easy pickings there for
makes
Delana
up for
Trumpy.
it with that block.
100%.
And then everybody's on the floor. That's how it's been all game, just a scrappy contest. Look at the turnover numbers. Argyle Pecatonica with 14, Albany Monticello with 9. How do you feel like they've been doing against the press in the second half?
You know, they're breaking the press in the backcourt, but they're not finishing it in the front court. They oftentimes have a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-2, and they've got to execute. If they could get some of those opportunities to turn into baskets, they're going to end up with an 8, 9, 10-point lead.
You've probably heard Shaka Smart from Marquette call it EGBs, the energy-giving behaviors. This reminds me of both of these teams must have so many EGBs. They're on the floor, every loose ball, doing everything just to try and give their team a little momentum. And both teams have had such good looks, they just aren't getting those shots to fall.
And you can see the foul trouble there. I mean, that really is a huge advantage to Albany Monticello. They just need to take care of the basketball, eliminate these silly turnovers, and eat a little bit of clock here. Look for good shot opportunities, get spacing.
Dirty loses it out of bounds.
It was tipped.
Alice gets it into Briggs. Picks up her dribble and finds Molly Olsen.
Again, giving up that dribble and not knowing where to go.
Durchee's 3 misses everything, but they get another opportunity at it.
When you put that ball on the floor, you have to do it with purpose every single time.
Avery Briggs open from the corner. She misses everything. That's off the foot of the Orioles, and it stays with the Comets.
Well, and Delana Trumpy's gotten 2 rebounds underneath the basket. Know where you are under that basket and make a move to it. And Brooke Wellnitz coming back in with 4 fouls for the Orioles. Her sister, her head coach, putting a lot of confidence in that freshman to play smart.
There's so much on the line, it's hard to have one of your best players on the bench.
Well, she's a huge defensive player inside, also great on rebounds.
Right, they need that right now. Molly Olsen puts it up, and it's rebounded by Hirsch. Tied up at 31. Anna Tisch, she's had the hot hand for Argyle Pecatonica.
The Tisch sisters combining for 18 out of the 31 points.
You know, I feel like I've been saying their last name all game as Loretta Tisch takes it inside. A lot of contact on that one. Molly Olsen.
Oh, she's down on the ground. She stepped in there to try to take the charge. And Butler was going in full speed, and this one's going to hurt. She got an elbow right into her gut. And,
probably knocked the wind out of her a little bit.
Oh.
She's a strong kid, though. Look, she's already up looking for her defender. Man, she's a strong kid. Wellnitz picks up her dribble. Anna Tisch has it on the right wing.
Well, that's a cross-country player in her. I mean, when you feel like you can't give any more, you just find something in you that's going to get you to the finish line.
Kylie Butler's 3 off the mark, and
that would have been a huge 3. That would have erupted the crowd for sure.
So we're all tied up at 31 here in the state semifinal game. Don't go anywhere. This game will be decided soon. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Welcome back. We're all tied at 31 in this one. And let's talk about Brooke Wellnitz. She only has 2 points in this one, but something that may go unnoticed is she has 15 rebounds today. Check this out. She's going for a record, the most rebounds in a single state tournament game in Division 5.
Well, and Megan Gustafson, an outstanding player at Iowa. She was Player of the Year, not only many times for the Big Ten, but also for the nation, and has been in the WNBA for a while, and that's great company to be with. Well, it's only a freshman.
Yeah, she does have 4 personal fouls. So she's got to be careful on those rebounds, but she has 15, which is really impressive. Briggs gets inside and kicks it out to Durkee. A nice dump down to Briggs, and she's headed to the line, and now Kylie Butler just picked up her 4th personal foul.
Again, it's ball movement and spacing from Albany Monticello in their offense. They got that ball inside, and Kylie Butler went in for the reach, and she picks up number 4.
Now Avery Briggs, the last 2 weeks, has been Albany Monticello's hidden secret. She really turned it on being a senior. Against Assumption in the sectional final, hit a huge 3 in a key moment, and a couple of key free throws there for the Comets. For Briggs, their hidden secret.
And that gets the Albany Monticello crowd going super loud in here.
Kylie Butler looking for space. Over to her partner in crime, Brooke Wellnitz, and Avery Steiner's going to set it up.
Reset here for the Orioles.
Tisch runs into a brick wall. And one official had foul, the other had travel. We're going with steps.
Yeah, I immediately started motioning my travel.
And our 3rd official over here, Michelle, had
4th
travel.
official, right. I know, I was like, that happened before the foul. Great call by the officials. The Comets need to take care of the basketball here. Value the rock, like Coach Dasher said.
The Comets with a 2-point lead.
The Orioles need to kick it up on defense here. Play smart defense. Get in those passing lanes.
Hollis finds Olsen for 3. Rebounded by Loretta Tisch. Butler takes it inside floater. Just short. A nice rebound by Delana Trumpy. Molly Olsen comes up with the loose ball.
Very strong rebound. Trumpy had 2 fouls early on in the first half. Only 1 here. Being strong with the basketball, moving that ball around, not getting stuck. Molly Olsen stuck right there.
Great defense from Kylie Butler. And that's a 5-second call. Phenomenal defense from Butler.
Yeah, and smart for Butler not to reach in, and she didn't body Olsen at all. And that was a tough position to be in when you got 4 fouls.
You saw Coach Wellnitz Krogman looking at her notes. She's calling something here as Argyle Pecatonica looks to tie it up or take the lead on this possession.
Again, collapsing defense. As soon as Butler ran to the paint, they knew exactly what was going to happen, and that defense was there, a swarm of white jerseys. And here's that tied defense from Argyle Pecatonica, trying to make a mistake, get a steal.
Briggs underneath, she's headed to the line, and the place erupts.
And when the Comets spread the floor out, they're able to make a nice pass here as Butler didn't even realize that Avery Briggs was behind her.
An honorable mention player and her sister is Emerson Briggs. Gotta be fun playing with a sibling. The last 7 points from Albany Monticello have come from the free throw line. 4 big free throws for Avery Briggs.
Free throws win ball games. It's the same shot every single time.
So a 4-point lead for the Comets. They lost to Argyle Pecatonica twice in the regular season, but this is the moment it counts.
And no panic here from Argyle Pecatonica. You've got to get that ball in down low and get good shot selection.
Hollis' pass stolen, and then Anna Tisch gives it away. All right, timeout on the floor. Derek Dasher is out at center court.
Both coaches are just so livid right now. They've got to take a deep breath here, because if you're all worked up, your girls are going to feed into that. And that's what we're seeing on the court. You know, the scrappiness, the defense, take that deep breath, reset, talk about what we need to do in that huddle. For the Orioles, defense, keep up that defensive intensity, but you got to take better shots. I mean, that shot selection was not good. And on the other side, the Comets, they have to hang on to that basketball. Ball fakes, good passing. Molly Olsen cannot dribble into trouble and get stuck not knowing where to go.
Let's take a look at where both of these schools are from across the state. So Albany, Monticello, and Argyle, Pecatonica, very close to each other. Obviously, we've said multiple times, they're both in the Six Rivers East Conference. And then you take a look at the other two teams in the Division 5 brackets. It's something they didn't want to have the conference teams go up against each other in the state semifinal game. Both coaches said, we wish that wasn't the case in terms of the seeding. But they also say it's just so good for the conference to have two teams representing here at the Rush Center. And you take a look at this note, only time a number 4 seed has defeated number 1 seed was in 2021. That's in Division 5. So Albany Monticello with a 4-point lead here in the state semifinal game. Something about a 4-point lead seems like a big lead in this game though, right?
It sure does. And it comes down to who can handle the basketball better here in the last minute and a half. Shot selection.
Molly Olsen called for the travel.
Nope, just let it go. It happens, Molly Olsen. Get back on defense. Play stingy defense here.
I always think the best teams are unfazed by that stuff.
I agree with you, Carly, 100%.
So Avery Steiner has Abby Hollis on her. Just over a minute to play. A spot in the state championship game on the line. We knew it would come down to the last few possessions in this one. Loretta Tisch.
And Avery Briggs is all over Kylie Butler on defense.
And timeout, Argyle Pecatonica. They're going to talk things over. Jen Wellnitz-Krogman wanted to talk to her team before that possession. What do you think she wants to see as they need a bucket here?
Well, I would love to see them use some screening action to free up Butler or try to get Wellnitz to post down low. I mean, Wellnitz can hit the outside shot, but you got to get the ball, I think, into Butler's hands. She needs a touch. Although Anna Tisch has been hot, 13 points. She hasn't scored as of late, though.
And you look at Kylie Butler, they're trying to get something cleaned up quickly so she doesn't have to sit out of this game. It's a full team effort over there to get...
Tape in her knee. She must have scraped it up on the floor.
You don't want her out of the game for a single second of this one.
And look at, they're all trying to rip it off. And
oh, okay, we're gonna have some hanging down, but she's in it. She's in the game. Doesn't matter, right? And check out this. The Orioles have not scored in 6 minutes and 32 seconds. Butler, throws it away off the inbound, but then the Orioles get the steal, and
it should be
the official call it here? I would think so.
Yeah, I believe one of the Comets ended up hitting it out of bounds at the end.
All right, well, the Comets have it. They need to take care of it. So under a minute to play, they have a 4-point lead. Hollis gets inside, gives it up to Olsen, and they're just going to wait.
Yeah, play a little keep away here. There's no shot clock.
Loretta Tisch picks up the foul. Now remember, Kylie Butler and Brooke Wellnitz both have 4 fouls, so it's got to be the other players to step up and take that foul.
But Butler and Wellnitz can't stop playing defense either. They got to keep that pressure on.
Molly Olsen, a 63% free throw shooter, knocks it down.
I am so impressed with the free throw shooting from the Comets. They've hit 9 in a row. We'll see if this is 10. And I jinxed it, of course.
Butler. And Argyle Pecatonica calls a timeout. So they threw it away on that last inbounds pass. That's tough. I mean, they didn't have a lot of time to talk it over because Kylie Butler was getting her knee all taped up. So it makes sense that Jen Wellnitz, Krogman want to call another timeout here and get the chance to talk to her teams then. If you take a look at this, Albany Monticello is 1-0 in games decided by 5 or less.
And both teams really destroyed their competition throughout the season. I mean, the only loss for Argyle Pecatonica was their first game of the year. They lost to Belleville.
Yeah, and they didn't have a couple of their starters for that game. They have never been in a game that's been decided by 5 points or less this season. So this is new territory for the Orioles.
And you've got 43 seconds left. So you don't have to get a quick bucket here, but you can't eat up too much time. And you've got to take a high percentage shot. Look at that. Right into traffic.
Incredible defense right there.
And that tie-up ends up going to the Comets.
Huge.
That's huge. Again, spacing has been an issue with the Orioles at times.
But the defense from both teams has just been phenomenal. And a quick foul from Avery Steiner sends Molly Olson back to the line. She just went 1 of 2 at her last trip to the line. Olson has 6 points on the day and 3 rebounds.
I will say she's got the best shoes on the floor, though. I love those yellow shoes.
Oh, misses them both. So a good foul for the Orioles. Now looking to get something out of it. Kylie Butler, deep three-pointer off the front end. Rebounded by Anna Tisch. No good. And Alana Durchie comes up with it. Called for a jump ball. The Orioles have it underneath the basket. 29 seconds to go in this game. Argyle Pecatonica down by 5. The top seed in the Division 5 bracket. Butler's going to take another three-pointer. No good again. Molly Olson with a great box out and board. She's going to dribble it out. Look at, she's hard to catch. And Molly Olson, look at her coach. I love Derek Dasher getting into her, just saying great hustle, great job. She is such a fun player to watch. She's everywhere.
Well, and you always wonder as a coach, this extra 10 feet doesn't seem like a lot, but it really is. And you have to train, you have to be in shape, you have to have that grit and tenacity. And it really helps when you've got a cross-country runner on your team. As Molly Olson getting up and down that floor. I don't think she's sat out this whole game.
With 1 to go. So a 6-point game here. And we got all new players on the floor for Argyle Pecatonica. So
very classy.
Let the time wind out. Give them a chance to be at the Rush Center. But Albany Monticello with a huge upset. The number 4 seed takes down top-seeded Argyle Pecatonica. The Comets are on their way to the Division 5 state championship game. And we will hear from the Comets after this timeout. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Albany Monticello pulls it off. They defeat Argyle Pecatonica in the Division 5 state semifinal game. Keegan Hewitt is standing by with the victors.
The victors and no longer the underdogs. Abby, first we'll start with you. Defensively, it was a grueler back and forth. What allowed you guys to get more points down that final stretch and come away with the win today?
Just being able to take care of the ball. We've done it all season. Our defense is our pride. That's what we work on the most. It's probably what we're best at. And just letting that get stops and getting the ball back and taking care of it.
Alana, they get you the first 2 times in the regular season, but on the biggest stage you come back and get them when it means most. What does it mean to come away with a win?
It's absolutely surreal. We knew going in this was going to be a really competitive game, so be able to finish it the way we did is just absolutely amazing.
Coach, last season you guys come up short in the semifinal game as just Albany. Now you're back and punched your ticket to head to a state title. What does it mean for both programs in these communities to have a shot for gold?
It means everything. You saw the support we had here today. Small town, rural Wisconsin, Albany and Monticello. Communities couldn't be prouder. This last week's been amazing, and it was a humbling experience up here last year. We learned a lot, and because of these two's leadership, we're moving on to the championship game.
Best of luck, guys. We'll see them Saturday. Albany, Monticello, your semifinal winners. We'll send it back to you on the sideline.
All right, thanks so much, Keegan. You talked about community. Sometimes it makes you emotional just to see this sea of blue erupting as their team makes it to the state championship game.
Yeah, it was an all-out community co-op experience, but it was really togetherness, and that is what Albany Monticello is all about, togetherness, and they spread the wealth on the floor. It was a big team victory for them.
Yes, let's check out the full game highlights. I keep doing that, but it's just the second half highlights. Avery Briggs inside, first blocked by Butler, but they get it back. It's just that relentless effort from Albany Monticello.
It was, and getting in the passing lanes, and Anna Ellinger had a great first half and a good steal there, but it was ball distribution, and that was really key for Albany Monticello.
Kylie Butler trying to do it. A nice shot there for Butler. She ended it with 9 points.
Again, attacking that basket, not stopping until the defense stops you. And the celebration at the end, third time's a charm.
I love the celebration. The coaches and the players were just so excited. You can tell they have such a close-knit relationship. Final stats here, 19 turnovers for Argyle Pecatonica. And then you check that out, 10 points off turnovers for Albany Monticello.
You know, and Coach Wellnitz Scrobin talked about her team needing to get 20 steals. They only got 8. And they didn't really turn up that defensive pressure when they needed to, but give a lot of credit. Both teams, excellent game, and at least one of the teams in this conference, 6 Rivers East, is going to go home with a ball tomorrow.
Let's check out the leading scorers. It was Anna Tisch for Argyle Pecatonica with 13. She really stepped up for her team. And Albany Monticello, Abby Hollis had 9, but, 4 players really contributing for them.
Yeah, and the free throws, they got to the free throw line 23 times, and that has to do with distributing and moving with that basketball.
And the winner of this game will take on the winner of Clear Lake and Lena. Any thoughts on the Division 5 state championship game coming up on Saturday?
Oh, it's going to be good. Make sure you set your alarm and you're ready to go at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning.
All right, thanks so much, Michelle.
Thanks,
and it was
Carly.
so fun working with you. We'll be back here later tonight for another Division 1 game, but for now we're going to set it up to Brad Hansen.